It's go time. Go time. Yes! I'm so excited! Are we ready for this? Are we ready for Love Wins today? It's one of my favorite topics. So I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you. We're gonna have so much fun! Because I'm pretty passionate about this, you might need to buckle up and get ready for it. So before we start, I think it's only fair for those of you who are not familiar with me, I'm going to give you just a 2-second intro. 2 seconds, that's all it takes. So let's see, where do we start? I think it's easiest, let's just start from like birth and go really, really quick. So I always say I'm the poster child for the girl that should have been on the roadside ditch. Good news, did not end up there. Good news. Let's see, my mother died when I was 3. You kind of need to know these things so you understand what drives me every single day and what makes me passionate. So there's that. More stepmothers than I have fingers and step siblings and all that good stuff. And just a parade of all sorts of not good stuff at an early age, all the way up through high school. So then you get to the good stuff. You get to when I like to say I became the pilot of my life. I started making all of my decisions. And so let's just fast forward and say, okay, here we are. I've been happily married for 26 years to the hottest man on the planet, just ask me. I have 2 amazing sons. I'm talking like blow the roof off of this thing. Let's talk about my work life. So I've been very blessed, very lucky, count my stars every single day, say thank you every single morning. I'm the vice president of the #1 builder in the state of Idaho, CBH Homes. I get to hang with about a little over 100 amazing people every single day. I own a real estate company too. That's just for pure fun. And then of course, Better Human, which is an amazing company with these incredible, yummy women that I hang with every single day. Because we have this like huge desire to be better. We strive, we think about it, we work on it. It's in everything that we do. I created 2 books about it. One is called Better Human. It's a full-time job because man, am I ever a full-time job. And the second one is Better Thinking, Think Better, Be Better. So there you have it, folks. 2-second intro, maybe a little bit longer, but hang with me. Let's talk about why you're here today. So my whole life really could be summed up in those 2 words. Love wins every single time. And you will not believe what happened the other night. So I'm hoping that a good chunk of you, watched the national championship football game between Bama and Clemson. Because I'm telling you, at the end, when Dabo won, right, when Clemson won, at the very end, when he did his post-game, like right in the middle of the field, it was crazy. The cameras were coming at him. He was running to shake Nick Saban's hands, right? It was just pure madness, you know, craziness. But I want to show you what he said in his post-interview. So let's watch it here for just a second. It's amazing. Just listen real, real close. Turn your speakers up. Get in there. Okay, did you hear what he said? Love. Do you hear that? You have this amazing football team. And be clear, I'm a Bama fan. I'm a Nick Saban fan. At the same time, watching Clemson do what they did, listening to Dabo at the end of that game. And when he said that, you have to know, I jumped off the sofa and just started screaming. I was like, who is this man? Who is this amazing man that gets it? Because that's what wins. That's what wins, right? When you love what you do, when you love your team, right? When you love, the school that he's playing for, whether that be the company, whatever, love wins every single time. And he just proved it. I have to tell you, when I saw that, I was so excited that I was getting to do this webinar with you this week because I was like, listen, there's proof. There's proof. You have a national champion that just proved what I've been talking about all these years, right? So Merry Christmas. That's my gift to you, is that video that proves it. Because that's what winning looks like. Because here's the deal. I go around all the time and I say love wins. Love wins every time. So if you're here tonight listening to me because you're a leader, or maybe you own a company, or maybe you're just part of a team and you dream about this kind of culture or this kind of attitude, or maybe you're a leader who wants this kind of attitude and this kind of culture, I'm hoping that everything I share with you today will make sense, right? That it will hopefully propel you towards this kind of winning, amazing, loving culture that obviously Clemson understands, that I understand, right? So, because here's the deal. Love wins every single time because it beats. Here's what it beats. Are you ready for this? It beats every single time. Fear, anger, jealousy, meanness, negativity, all those things, yelling, screaming, I don't care. You put that list of all those negative things that are in or around you at times, right? And then you just put love on the other side. And I'm telling you, it beats them all out every single time. Every single time. So if you've watched some of my past webinars or heard me speak in public, and I know some of you have, thank you, by the way. I love that when I get to see you and then you sign up for these webinars. I just want to like kiss your faces. So you'll know that I use this slide a lot because this is the slide. This is what guides my life. You go first. So my entire life, I have realized that I decide all things. I decide what I'm going to feel, how I'm going to act, how I'm going to be treated, how I'm going to allow myself to be treated, right? What's going to happen around me, right? I don't let other things decide. I realize that I have to go first and that it's all on me. And I think sometimes we blame everybody else for our unhappiness, for our dissatisfaction, for our want of more, for our lack of maybe not enough, right? And I look at you and I think, well, those are all decisions that you've made, right? So if you want to love wins, culture, attitude, feeling, then you have to decide that. You go first. Because another thing you'll hear me say quite a bit is what you give is what you receive. So whenever you hear me, I'll always say, I'll only give you love. I'll only give you love because that's all I want back from you, right? I don't want you to yell at me. I don't want you to be negative towards me. I don't want you, to be mean to me. I don't want any of those things in my life, whether I'm at work or I'm at home, by the way, it doesn't much matter. So I'm very, very careful. So I kind of want you to stop for a second and think to yourself, what am I giving? What am I giving at work? What am I giving to my career? What am I giving to my teammates? So when I walk in the morning, are they like pumped, excited to see me? Are they like, oh shit, there she is, right? You kind of have to think about that because you go first. You go first and everything else will change around you. So I just added this slide because I loved it. I loved it so much. It was from Seth Godin, and I literally just got an email from it. I think it was either late yesterday or early today. Oh, 3 a.m. this morning. Stay with me, people. And you can look this up, by the way. So Seth Godin, one of my favorite blogs that I subscribe to every day. I read it. It's like my jam in the morning. And I loved what he said. And of course, I had to throw it in here last minute for you because I hope that you understand what I'm trying to talk a little bit about here. So the title is, so bear with me. I'm going to read it with you. I'm going to read it to you. So bear with me. You can look it up too, by the way. Get all crazy and Googling. Entitlement is optional. It's not forced on us. It's something we choose. And we rarely benefit from that choice. So it talks about a story. I'm going to read it to you really quick. It says this. That emergency surgery, the one that saved your life when the ruptured appendix was removed, are, people owe you something. I've led my whole life to firmly believe that no one owes me anything. No one, absolutely no one. So I love this. It says, we buy into our privilege as well as the expectation that our privilege entitles us to even more. More. We want more, right? It's not based on a status or reality. It's a cultural choice. I love this. But get this, entitlement gets us nothing but heartache. It blinds us to what's possible, right? It insulates us from the magic of gratitude. And most of all, lets us off the hook, pushing us away from taking responsibility from our actions, right? And really moves us toward blame and anger. I love this one. Gratitude, on the other hand, is just as a valid choice, except that gratitude makes us open to possibility. It brings us closer to others and makes us happier. So here's the next two things out of this that I love. It says this. It says, we are not, keep going, one more. I'm going to go one more slide because I want to show you. It goes, we are not, can I go? Bear with me, people. We are not grateful because we're happy. Okay, write that down. We're not grateful because we're happy. Because now look at the opposite of this. Are you ready? It says we're happy because we're grateful. We're happy because we're grateful. So you have to be grateful first, right? And so when I look at a love wins culture, I will tell you that its foundation is gratitude, because you're thankful to be there. You're thankful to be a part of the company, the team, right? You're thankful for the opportunity. You're thankful for the chance to do an amazing job, to be with amazing people. I think that if you realize that if you chose gratitude over entitlement, that everything that would change with you, right? And he says here, it's because we have to work at it, invest it, connect. We have to make it better. It's on us. That's how he leads this whole blog, is that it's on us. So I kind of want to tell you this story, and I call it #blessed. There is this there's so many amazing people that work at CBH Homes, and I think, like I said earlier, I love them all, and they're just so amazing to me. Here's the deal, though. I'm going to tell you about one in particular who this is how she runs her life. She runs her life on gratitude, and I'm going to give you a couple examples of what she does. This blows my mind. So I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, we decided that everyone in the company was going to take turns doing PK duty because, the market kind of went into the tanker, and we all had to adjust and do different things. So everyone had to do PK duty. Okay, that's like bathroom stuff. Okay, do you realize that she sends me an email and says, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to clean your bathrooms, to clean the kitchen, and to have PK duty. What? Blow your mind, right? That she's emailing me to thank me. Do you realize this same person, on her anniversary, when I send her flowers and give her love and gifts and tell her, thank you so much for coming to work every day. I love you so much. Do you realize that she gives me an anniversary gift? She sends me an anniversary card and says, thank you so much for hiring me. Thank you so much for believing in me. Right? It's a complete change. It's completely different how you look at it, right? She's not thinking, well, you owe me this. You owe me all of this, right? I work here. I do all of this for you. No. When you want a love wins culture, it's about gratitude, because here's the deal. Simon Sinek put out this great quote yesterday, and it says this: true love exists in business. What? I'm gonna read it again. Just write that down. In my opinion, true love exists in business. It's when an employee and employer are amazingly grateful to have each other. We should all have true love at work, right? You should love what you do. You should be grateful for the opportunity, and that should come back to you, right? Because that's what true love is. So when I have some people that say, Rhonda, you're crazy. This whole love thing's at work. This is business. I think you've lost your mind. Clemson just proved me right? And there's so many other, right? There's Joel Manby wrote the book called Love Works. He founded his entire company on that. We can go on with Richard Branson. He would tell you the same thing, right? All these examples of that it does work, right? So the other one that I love, and I think I did this the last time on one of my webinars, because I use this slide a lot because the Blue Angels inspire me. And I love that every single morning before they start their day, they turn to all of their teammates, either to the left and the right, and they say, man, I'm so glad that you're here. So can I challenge you to do that? Can you go to work tomorrow morning for me and go to every single person in your office and say, man, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're here on this journey, because I spend a ton of time with you, and boy, I better love you, because we're spending our days together. We're spending our lives together. I've been here 14 years. You can bet your bottom dollar that I love all of them. I spend an amazing amount of time with all of them. How sad would it be if I didn't? How about go home tonight and tell all of them that you're so glad? How about when you go to Dutch Bros? You know, I have to think about this. I go to Dutch Bros in the morning around 6, 6:30, whatever it is. And you know what? Thank you. Good God, thank you for getting up at the break of dawn and making a coffee. We need you. We love you. So think about that, right? When your life is grounded in gratitude, you're winning. You're happy, right? Love's all around you. You are winning, in my opinion. So I saw this, this was on my Instagram account the other night, and I thought, okay, what an amazing concept if we actually like flipped our thinking. Okay, so I love this. Lately, I've been replacing my I'm sorry's with thank yous. Like instead of saying I'm sorry I'm late, I'll say thanks for waiting for me. Or instead of for being such a mess, I'll say thank you for loving me and caring me unconditionally. And it's not only shifted the way I think and feel about myself, but I've also improved my relationships with others who now get to receive my gratitude instead of my negativity. Oh my God, shut the front door. You're gonna give out gratitude instead of negativity, because here's what I find sometimes. This is an amazing story and it's true, and the names shall remain nameless. So I had this person get a Christmas bonus from a company. They work somewhere, I won't tell you any of the details. So this is what they tell me over Christmas. They said, can you believe we got a gift card for $40? Why didn't they give me 50? Like how hard could have that been to round up? And you have to know, it took everything, like I was like, okay, count backwards from 10, right? Before I answer, because I got to keep it clean, sailor, right? I got to keep it positive. And I was like, wow. And I literally said, wow, that's so funny that you're thinking that. And all that I'm thinking about is how amazing it is that you got a $40 gift card. Wow, that's wow, right? And I think we have this like entitlement, right? Same thing. I'm talking to this person the other day and said, you know what? I only got a 2% raise this year, and I just think that's crap, and I think I should have got this, this, and this. And I have to tell you, I just sit there and go, if you continue down this path of entitlement and bitterness and ungratefulness, you're going to have nothing real fast. I'd be jumping for joy for what you got. I'd be grateful, right? I'd be thankful. And I think we have to just, this is why I love that Instagram post so much, is what if we flipped our thinking? What if we grounded everything in gratitude, and instead of entitlement and what we're missing and what we're owed, right? And just got grateful for just a minute. So I'm going to have you do a little experiment with me. Are you ready for this one? I know I'm going to tell you to close your eyes, but I really want you to try this. Okay, so no cheating. I want everyone to close their eyes. I'll wait for you. Close them, close them. Are we closed? Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. And I want you to remember to the very first day when you first started interviewing for the current job that you're at, right? Or how about if you're an owner of a company, the very first day of when you were getting excited to start it and we're getting it out of the ground, and all the passion that was in you and all the love that was in you to start this amazing thing that you started. Or this is your first day, you're getting ready for your first day at your new company. All you can think about is how amazing it felt, how excited you were, and you couldn't wait to get in that door, and you couldn't wait to get that position, you couldn't wait to open that company, right? Oh, the feeling and the love and the excitement and the passion. Are you with me? Can you feel it? God, I hope so. But here's my question. Why don't you feel that way every day? Why was it just day one? So here shortly, I'm going to write a book called Better Marriage. It's a full-time job, and that's actually one of my other favorite things to do. I say that if you felt the same way you felt on that first date, and you just made sure you felt that same way, you dressed up every single day, you worked really hard on it, you looked like $1,000,000, you were happy and positive and excited to see the person, kind of like when you come to work and you're excited to see your boss. That first day you were like, man, I love you. You hired my ass. I am in like sin, right? And now we're like a year later and we're like, oh, we're not that excited anymore. We're not that grateful anymore, right? So think about that. You need to find a way to channel those very first thoughts and keep them going. And you know what those first thoughts were? That you were grateful that they said yes to you. You were grateful that they hired you. You were grateful that they gave you the salary that they gave you, right? You were excited. You were blessed. Get there every single day, because nothing's changed. Nothing's changed, in my opinion, except maybe some entitlement or expectations or your behavior. Because I say that if I'm unhappy, it's all on me. Remember, I go first. It's my decision. It's my choice. So I say to you, if you want to have love and you want to win every single day, I want you to be grateful. So I'm going to ask you to do one quick thing for me. I'm working you like a dog today. I'd like to apologize. Not really. 3 things. I want you really quick to write down if you're driving, if you're what, I hope to God you're not driving, Jesus. Whatever you're doing, I want you to stop for just a second. I want you to write down 3 things that you're incredibly thankful for, right? In your career, in your company, in your life, whatever it is, right? And then just do that every single day to keep you grounded and focused on the right things. Stop focusing on, you wish you got $10 more in a gift card. You wish you got 1% more. You wish you had 15 days of vacation instead of 9. You know what? I'd shoot up a rocket over 9. 9's better than 0, right? It's all in your perspective. It's kind of what I talked about when you change your perspective. Because here's the deal. After you've written down your 3, and then we're going to go through my next thing that says, every word, every thought will create your future. So I want you to pay close attention on how you describe your day, your life, your career, your company. You heard me describe mine. Amazing sons, incredibly hot husband, an amazing company that I love, that I spend my days with, right? Because I know that I need to be very appreciative of all those things because I want them to stay in my life. And I want them to be positive. I want them to win. I want them to be filled of absolute love. And so I'm always surprised when I hear people, when they come up to me and they start, I hate to say this, but complaining about their lives. And maybe some of them think they're funny, or that they think it's okay, or they think their negativity is justified. And I always just sit there and think it doesn't make any sense to me, right? Because at one point you loved what you were doing. You loved, your team or the company or the place, and you wanted in so bad and you wanted all those things. And so I always kind of look at it like, I wonder when it changed. I wonder what happened. Was it just a slow drag? What was it, right? Was it just one little thing? Or did you lose the perspective that you're very blessed, right? And that you forgot all those reasons why you were here and what you were doing and what was so important to you, right? I'm very focused every single day on why I'm here and what I'm doing, right? And then I write down every single day all those things. So I keep it to the top of mind. Could you imagine that if you ended your day and you sat there and you wrote down like, okay, this place sucks. Yeah, I hate that person. You know what I mean? I wish I had more money. Right? If you went through this, I wish I had more vacation because I really don't want to be here. Could you imagine and I feel like at times when I'm talking to people that's the list they're going through in their head all day long. Right? And then they go talk to somebody else like, right, you agree, because we all want acceptance. We all want people to agree. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop. When you look at a love wins culture, you don't do that. You say thank you. You tell them you love them. I mean, if you're in this office, I'm telling you what right now, we're an HR nightmare. You're going to get a hug, right? You're going to you walk by the halls and all of a sudden you listen to someone, see you, love you, right? It's amazing. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to see, right? Because that's the kind of life that we want to fill our days with. So I'm going to leave you with this. There is only love, right? You love yourself first, right? Get excited about you and what you bring to the table and what you're doing, because there's only one of you, so we need you. And then you get excited. You go back to that very first day when you started with this company. You could hardly wait to get through that door, right? You prepped your resume all nice and pretty like, right? You probably, kind of made that look a little better than it is, but that's okay. We still love you, right? Then you got in the door, you nailed the interview. Now you're working here, right? Think about that. Think about all of those things. Think about how excited and passionate and in love you were. And you have to know that if you want to keep that going, then you have to go first. You have to decide, right? Because what you give is what you receive. And I know that when I give all my love, when I unload my tank and I'm excited and I'm happy and I'm grateful, everyone wants to be around me. I have so many people. It was somebody where we were at a breakfast council thing this morning, and this guy goes, I just love being around you. And I said, yes, that makes me so happy. I love being around you. You know why you love being around me? Because I'm grateful and I'm excited and I'm passionate. And right after I give her a huge hug and I'm so excited, right? And give as much love as I could. So if you are here tonight with me because you want to know love wins, it starts with you. So I'm going to ask you a huge favor. I want you to go first, right? You're going to start in the morning when you get your coffee, and you're going to tell that person thank you and that you love them for making that latte, frappe, capo thing, whatever the hell they're making, half hot, half steamed, some sugar, I don't know, right? complicated order, you're going to thank them. You're going to say, man, I love you. Thanks for being here, right? And then you're going to get to your office and freak them all out tomorrow. Let's just freak them all out. If you're the owner, if you work there, could you just go around and if it's socially acceptable in your company, God knows, right? Then could you go around and hug them if you can, tell them you love them if you can. God, I dare you. Email me, okay? If you do it and you've never done it, email me. I love that. I love when that happens, right? Freak some people out tomorrow. Change their lives. Because that's all we want as humans, by the way, is love. That's all. That's all. So if you do that tomorrow and you go around and then you do it again the next day, right? You do your grateful list and your gratitude. See what changes. I firmly believe and I know that your perspective on your career, on your life, on yourself, on those around you will completely change, right? We're happy because we're grateful. We're happy when we're giving love. We're happy when we're positive, when we're feeling inspired and motivated, right? All those emotions. So there's only love. Love wins every single time. Okay, it's that time when we go to Q&A. It's my favorite time because I have to tell you, this last webinar, you guys shook me down for everything I have. So I'm gonna like stretch out for this. I'm gonna get ready. Oh, we've already got some summer ready. So how do we do this? Let me see what I've got here. So how do you share this culture with a team that is remote? Well, here's what I'll tell you. I love this whole like computer camera thing. So I'm telling you right here, right now, you have to get belly to belly. You have to get face to face so people can feel your energy. They need to see you, and you need to do it often, not just once a month, not just right. You need to do it often. I love to send handwritten cards. I firmly believe in it. I love to just send random emails. How about text? I love text messages. So if I was remote, I would treat it very similar to if they were in front of me, but I would just use my camera, my video, my FaceTime, all of that to do that. I love that question, by the way. How about this one? How do you get someone on board with this culture who refuses? Oh boy, refuses. Here's the deal. I'm gonna go first with that type of person. I'm gonna show them the way. I'm gonna just smother them. I'm gonna give them as much love as I possibly can, right? And then I'm gonna keep reminding them, how's that feel? You like that? You like that? Well, you need to try it. You like that? Because you can tell, right? I've not met anyone that has refused love. I really haven't. I really haven't. I'm telling you that now. You just kind of keep chipping away. Whatever you give, you receive. So you keep chipping away. And sometimes it takes years. I'm not going to lie to you. So there's some years projects that I've worked on. Just don't give up. But remember, you go first. Show the way. What's this one? Steph, so glad you're here. Love you. How do you foster creative and innovative thinking within your organization? I love this. How do I foster it? Here's what I would say. I'm hoping that I would ask everyone, whenever it's so funny, we just had this new person start and I sat down with them for just a couple of minutes one-on-one. And I said, listen, you're an amazing human. You have new knowledge, new eyes, and you're in our company. And I want you to make sure that you bring that. And then I want you, if you have anything else that you could help us grow and be better, bring it. You have to keep talking about it, keep asking about it, keep doing it. I love that question. I love people who are innovative and creative because those are the people that are on the hunt for new and good and all of those things. Okay, how about this one? How do you give love to your angry customers? Those are the best ones, right? I have to tell you, this crew at CBH, and I know I brag all over them because I love them so much, but we've had a lot of fun. I remember we had one buyer that called us everything but you know what? And the list was long, and he just kept like coming at it, and we kept trying to be nice, and we were giving love, and we were being so positive, and just like, ah. And I have to say this, so I love what they did. So they rounded themselves up, they got a white flag and said, we're waving the white flag. We love you, we appreciate you, we're doing our best, and you just keep coming at us, but we want to wave the flag. Do you understand that he got nice right after that post? He was nice, right? So you just have to keep going. And sometimes it's rough because then they rear their ugly head again. You got to remind them to be nice again, right? But as long as you go first and you keep going on the positive, you will win. You will win. Okay, let me think here. There's some more. What have I got here? So much amazing info. Where would you start to gain love within your team? Let's see. Hold on, Summer. So much in there. Where would you start? Okay, so I have to tell you, when I talk about this, I operate the same in all areas of my life. There is no difference, by the way. How I love my husband, I love my kids, I love everyone in this building, I love this company, and how I treat it is the same. I take really good care with it, and it's your actions, right? And how you hold yourself and what you do for these people, right? So it's how often are you reaching out to them? How much are you, how often are you telling them that you love them and that you appreciate them and that you're thankful for them? So I think you kind of have to, if it doesn't come to you naturally, which some people look at me like, Rhonda, I do not do this whole love and gratitude thing. Well, then you better set up a system that you go into your calendar and say, send out, 10 thank you cards. I used to do that. I used to keep 10 thank you cards next to my phone. And every single week I'd send those out. So I would remember to thank those people in my life, right? Or same thing, you could say, okay, I need to set a meeting once a month and say, I need to thank them. It's so funny. We just did a company review thing. And I had people say, you know what, I want to meet with you once a quarter so you can tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. People want to know if we're winning or if we're losing and if you love them. So set up a system in your calendar, in your life, to remind yourself to give constant love, because it's the most important thing you can do, right? So we have a rule at my house with my kids, and I love this, and I do it quite a bit with my own team here, is that don't leave my presence until you told me you love me. And I'm going to do the same to you. I want that to be the last thing that you remember and see and hear from me. And I do it a ton with my own team, by the way. I know. How about this one? Hi, Julian. You speak of a love wins culture that you are fostering top down. How do you foster it bottom up when your motivations are questioned? I get it. I know some people think, well, that's easy, Rhonda. You're the vice president. And it's not easy. I'll tell you. I work on it every single day. I push towards it. I get pushback from time to time, and that's okay. It doesn't stop me. I think the bottom up's even more powerful. That here's the deal. When you give love and gratitude and excitement and you keep doing it day after day, people question it when they don't think it's genuine because you've only done it once or twice, in my opinion. But if it's who you are and you do it every day, I think if you heard me earlier, I say sometimes it takes years. I hate to say that. This instant gratification thing, not always. Some people are going to be like, oh my God, thank you for the love. This is what I needed. I'm excited. I'm on board with you. Some people are going to be like, no, I don't buy into it. It's going to take me a year, 2 years, whatever it is. But I always say you go first, because your life is going to be amazing no matter what. Because you're going to be rooted in gratitude and love. And no matter what's going in around you, if they're not, you're going to have people slowly joining you and going with you. Don't give up. Keep being you. Keep giving love. It'll win every single time. I love this one. How would you spread a love wins culture in a company with strict HR? Holy shit. Well, we got to know I'm an HR nightmare. Oh God, right? Like, thank God, right? At the same time, here's what I would tell you. If I was at a company, and I've been with some national companies, and that have some very strict HR. Here's the deal. When in Rome, do like Romans. You have to be respectful of their rules and why they put them there. That wouldn't stop me, though. I'd be respectful of their rules and what they're asking. I would find a way around. I can still write you a note. I can still leave you a little gift. I can still tell you how much I appreciate you, right? Maybe I don't have to say the word love because that creeps people out, right? That's a big old HR flag. Not in our company, but other places. So when in Rome, be respectful and do as they say, but find a way to still carry out the mission of love wins, but just do it within their parameters. I think it's completely doable, by the way. What else? Do we have any others? Look at these are so good. Hold on, give me a second here. Have I got them all? 1, 2. I love this one. Okay, how about this one? How do you share your love wins culture when you bring on a newbie? First of all, I'm hoping that if you're involved in the hiring, that you're talking about that. I talk about, I do a lot of the hiring, a lot of the interviewing. So I kind of preface that a little bit. Like, get ready to be freaked out. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to tell you I love you. You're going to be okay. So if you have that opportunity, do that. We have it written on our walls. We have these huge balls with love on them all over our office. There should be no gray with you that you're going to be loved in our office. We try to put it everywhere. So if you can put it everywhere, put it everywhere. That way people are seeing it, kind of this subliminal message all the time. Or you kind of need to take them with you. You need to explain it. You need to talk about it every day. You need to email. You kind of have to have this kind of training schedule on what love looks like and how we act here and how different it's going to be, so that you don't freak them out, scare them, and they kind of come along the journey. I have to tell you, I've seen some people who embrace it, dive in, and say, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for. I've had some people that are like, this is creepy, but we'll get there. And it's just kind of this slow, like, here we come, here we come, here we come. It's real, it's genuine, it's believable, and they want part of it. All right, my friends, I'm thinking that you guys are, whoo, You're on fire tonight. These questions are amazing. So here's the deal. I've made it possible for you to download the slide deck because I have to tell you, Ariel is the magical goddess that creates all of these slides for me, and they're amazing. And I know that you're gonna like hang them on your wall or share them with your friends or your team, your owner, your leader, your boss, whatever it is. So I'm hoping that you do because I want to stay with you. I want this to last, right? So thanks for spending part of your evening with me tonight. I've enjoyed every single second of it. I love you all. You must know that. And remember, it wins every single time. Mwah. We're done.